Hello. In video number 21, I talked about simulation theory, and I used a particular video game as an example. That game is Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. We're going to take a closer look at it because the Mandela Effect has been changing things everywhere, even in video games. Sharon and I spent a ridiculous amount of time playing this game, and this made it easy to see that things in it have changed. It becomes even easier when the changes follow one of the Mandela Effect's established patterns. You know how the Mandela Effect has repeatedly taken the letter S away from the end of a word? Like Christopher Reeve, Sally Field, Depend, Cheez-It, Hillshire Farm, Tinker Toy, and Lemonhead? That's happening in San Andreas too. Let's take a look around town and I'll show you what I mean. In the game, there are houses scattered around where you can save your progress. In one of these houses, I took the picture you see here. The book in the middle says Philip K. Jones on it. This is a clear reference to science fiction author Philip K. Dick. He is known for writing about concepts like simulation theory, virtual reality, and artificial intelligence. I talked about him in video number 22 because one of his books inspired a Mandela message movie, Blade Runner. Please notice something else about this book, The Mandela Effect, put in San Andreas. I said Philip K. Jones because I have never heard of someone having Joan for a last name, but the book on top is removing the S from Jones. That matches the pattern where the Mandela Effect takes the letter S off of the end of a name or word. I've shown you that it's really all about the message movies, but if that's true, there should be lots of references to message movies in this Mandela-affected game, right? Let's go for a walk, shall we? This staircase, like many other rainbow-themed Mandela effects, is a reference to the song Over the Rainbow in The Wizard of Oz. Come on, is a rainbow staircase that takes you over something really a Mandela effect? I mean, couldn't that be a coincidence? Yeah, like this other Wizard of Oz Mandela effect in the game, 'cause this wasn't here before. Toto, as in, Toto, I've a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. Ah, the Matrix. When Morpheus was training Neo to fight, he told him, "What you must learn is that these rules are no different than the rules of a computer system. Some of them can be bent, others can be broken." I guess this message isn't just for Neo. Hey kids, want to party with a serial killer? Then get on down to Hannibal Hannibal Liquor. We deal in death the legal way. We have what you need to make it a night to forget. Just be extra polite to the man behind the counter. Did you think that was the last one? Not so fast. This Superman reference wasn't always in the game. Notice how the sign says Super with letters that taper off, just like the titling of the Superman movie? The number 5 on the sign is a red-colored reminder of the red S on Superman's chest. Everyone knows that Superman and phone booths go together like mac and cheese. These phone booths break when you hit them with a car, and if you spend as much time driving on the sidewalk as Sharon does, you'd know these are new. There is a Mandela effect in Rocky IV that people have discussed online. I can't claim to remember this one. I only saw the first Rocky movie. All I can do here is show you what I discovered. This pile of clothing is right next to the bed where I found the Philip K. Jones book. When I saw this pile of clothing, it reminded me of something I have seen before. These shorts are definitely boxing-style shorts, and they look familiar, don't they? In between the two pairs of shorts is a striped red pair of pants and a red and gold shirt, which happens to be touching the red boxing shorts. These shorts and these colors have a lot in common with the Rocky IV Mandela effect. Compare it to this image. The changed line in Rocky IV is what our higher being is saying to us. I must break you. There's a motel in San Andreas where a bong-smoking cop introduces us to a new character in the game named The Truth. This motel is familiar, but at some point I looked at this motel sign and it looked different. Do you notice anything interesting about it? Maybe that unusual looking U? Does it look familiar? That odd looking U on the motel sign means clue. Just take a look at the big red U in the name of this board game. What else do you notice about this motel sign? One part of it is written in italics, and one part of it is not. Italics are used for emphasis, so we can say that the letter U and the word get are being emphasized. If the U means clue, this sign's message is, get a clue. There is a burger place in the game, and its menu board changed. Notice how the squares are numbered? The square between square number 7 and square number 8 disrupts the number pattern, but let's assume it is sequential and consistent everywhere else. These two squares on the bottom row are a picture of what looks like burning wreckage, and if those burning wreckage squares were numbered, they would be number 9 and number 11. 9/11. Burning wreckage. There are Mandela effects related to 9/11, and we will be talking more about what that means in the future. Here's something else the Mandela effect added to San Andreas. This Las Vegas-style storefront is in downtown Los Santos. Here's what its sign looks like in the daytime. What do you notice about it? What details are there to behold? Here's what I see. There are layers. I see one thing written on top of another. On top, I see the word legal. Beneath that, it says, the wee regal. What does this mean, the wee regal? Wee means small. As for the meaning of regal, I say we use a dictionary. We'll use the one at collinsdictionary.com. It is something that pertains to a king, and they have the phrase, the regal power, there in this definition also. So we have that, and we have we, telling us that something is small. What is small that pertains to a king? That is not enough information. So what about that word on top? Legal can be a small regal power? I don't think we're there yet. Look more closely at the word legal. What do you notice about it? Its lettering is two different colors, right? We have a light-colored L, then EGA in a reddish color. After that, there is one more light-colored L. Doesn't it seem like EGA is being highlighted here? I would say so. Since legal isn't making much sense in this context, let's look at this highlighted bit, EGA. The first thing that came to mind when I looked at this was enhanced graphics adapter. That doesn't have much to do with kings, or the power over a land or country, or anything like that. What else could it be? When in doubt, Google it. That's what I did, and it's research for the win. This is the EGA we're looking for. It stands for Eagle, Globe, and Anchor, the symbol of the United States Marine Corps. Now we can see that the sign is saying EGA, the wee regal. This sign is saying that the United States Marine Corps is a small thing that has to do with a king. This is very controversial for sure. Regardless of how you believe this message came to be in the game, there are many people who would not approve of it. Be that as it may, the message is there. I know this sign was put there by the Mandela Effect, and I know why. Our higher being is referring to the greatest military power in the world as small. From his perspective, he would be exactly correct. No power can compare to his. Tell me, who can bring the dead back to life, change history, or break the whole world? Our higher being has all the power. I have something I would like to show you in a different neighborhood in San Andreas. It's where the game's last mission takes place. I was roaming around there one day when I saw a storefront that looked out of place. This looked completely suspicious and unfamiliar to me. Some of the letters on this shop's facade are highlighted in yellow. The first thing I did was take a pen and paper and write down the highlighted letters. That gave me EORDIE. I noticed the word die immediately. That really freaked me out. I stared at it for a couple minutes, wondering what it meant. E or die? Then it hit me. I know this. This is an expression. I went to google.com and typed in evolve or die. Bingo! That is a well-known expression, and it is the meaning of this Mandela Effect. It doesn't get any clearer than that. Notice that the name of the shop is Universal Grocery and Deli. That's because it's a universal law. Evolve or die.